Alright guys, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Arrowvers Recaps, episode 19, or, yeah. Yes, Arrowvers Recap episode number 19. If you guys don't know what I do, go look at the first 3 episodes. And this is going to be Legends 18, Flash 17, Lightning 12, and Arrow 18. Alright, so the Legends finale episode is the Romans, Vikings, and Pirates. Mullis as the anachronisms, because the anachronisms are people, places, and things in the wrong time. So they are the anachronisms in this episode, but also Mullis, because Mullis is supposed to be trapped in time. So in the last episode, Mullis gets out, and then they try to use their stones at different times, and that doesn't work. Rip was still on the ship, and so Rip sacrifices himself to give the Legends time to escape. Blackbeard, Julius Caesar, and the Viking lady all come to the Legends and be like, give us 3 totems or our armies are gonna have to fight you. Meditation to see a way to stop Mullis. And it's where all the totem bearers grab hands and then they make a being that took down Mullis. Oh yeah, and the time and the place is Salvation, 1874. Alright. So Hex and Zari talk. Ava comes with help. Qualis, Helen of Troy, and Jax. So when they try to create something, when the Legends start creating something, the fire, it doesn't go well. So Wally's the new water stone, or totem. And so fire is the spark, air is the breath, water is the blood, earth is the flesh, and spirit is the soul, and death is to kill Mullis. Dark and Ray try to stop Nora from becoming Mullis, but Mullis takes Dark's body, and then he still becomes the being. The being is Bebo, because they can't stop thinking about him. So Bebo versus Mullis. At first, Bebo is being bad and can't do it, and so the Viking lady says the god has returned or whatever. I don't know. Drop it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Zari, no, Amaya leaves to go and stay with with her Zambezi people, and so returning the totems to Quasa. They're returning the totems to Quasa, and then Wally says, "I like speed. I like speed, and I don't want to be a water wizard." And then they're saying things. Nate says, "I like turning into steel, and that's all I need." And then Mick says the quote of the week, saying, "I'm too old for jewelry." And so that's kind of what I took. Basically 2 more quotes and linked them together. And they didn't open the door to Mullis, they opened a door to more than one demon. So now they're probably going to have to go throughout time stopping demons, and I don't know what the big bad for season 4 is, but yeah, they let out much more demons than Mullis. So, yeah. Alright. Now we're on to Flash, titled, the title of Legends was The Good, the Bad, the Cuddly. Okay. Now, we got Flash, Null and Annoyed, training sequence, where they made a simulator to try to stop DeVoe, but then, I can't think of his name. Oh my god, what's his name? Oh my god, Roy? No. Ralph, there we go. Ralph says, "Hey, you're gonna like this one. Turtle power." Okay. And the plan is to make it look like where he transforms himself into Barry, so there'll be 2 Flashes and you'll be confused. And then So comedian plus Washington DC equals DC Comics, and that's what he thinks. Breacher is asking for help because he lost his blasting power. So Weeper plus Dominic means alter memory, and that's why she needs the Weeper. Yeah. That's why DeVoe needs Weeper, so she can mess with his wife. Null steals the crown. Breacher's getting too old because they need energy to be able to breach. But he can open up the breaches, but he can't shoot because he's getting too old. Barry benches Ralph because also he breaks another thing. Cisco doesn't want to tell Breacher that he's getting too old. And so Disney's playing jokes around, and Harry's getting mad. Getaway car equals someone falling in a car. Because Null, if she basically touches you, she can make you float. And so, joking around. So Ralph is hiding. Ralph is always joking to hide his fear. Groundhog's Day. The reason I wrote down Groundhog's Day is because the medic is basically living the same day over and over again. And DeVoe is just basically saying we have 1 week's tops every single time, so he can just keep ramping it up. Here's a big spoiler. Episode 8 mishaps saying where there's always things from the crossovers that always happen in the Flash, and so in this one he's like Eobard is like, I wonder what face I'll be wearing next, and so Harry is Thawne because he opens up the gateway to the time vault. He puts down his little thinking cap, and then he goes over to Gideon, puts the thing in there, and tries to turn it on. It failed once. He did it again. It failed the second time. But then he starts walking away, and then Gideon pops up, and she says it's been like 100 something days, and that's when exactly season 1 ended or whatever. And so the quote and the threat is Null. The quote is Iris saying she likes jewelry. So C, Legends, I'm getting too old for jewelry, and man, she's like her jewelry. Bam. Connections. Okay, Lightning, episode 12, the Resurrection and the Light, the Book of Pain. Tobias works with the ASA to get Black Lightning. ASA thinking Black Lightning is infested with the vaccine, but he probably wasn't. The mission in this episode is to investigate Khalil because Khalil is back and walking, and so they have to investigate that. Jeff tells Jen about Khalil. Jennifer wants powers gone, and the main mission find kids before the movement. Jeff dies, but not for long because Jen revives him. Thunder versus Tobias' woman. Lightning versus Tobias. Khalil attacks the school, and so he had these people so he could protect them. And I don't know what power dampening arrows, what he was shooting out of his hand. Yeah, that's basically the whole episode. I don't really know what to write in these episodes because there's not enough to do. The threat in this episode is Tobias, Khalil, and Right Hand Man. Quote is Gamby saying, "This old man ain't gonna save the world." So I'm getting too old for jewelry. And she likes jewelry. And this old man ain't gonna save the world. So, I was wanting to write something down that had something to do with older jewelry in it, and I couldn't find anything. So, the problem in this episode is Oliver is on the Vertigo. Arrow looking for Diaz in 10 hours. 10:13 camera shut down, so so Diaz can go in there and be safe. And Felicity tries to get Diggle back, but doesn't. Oliver actually destroyed William's project because he was infested by vertigo because of Collins. Because they shook hands, and then that's how it got infected by vertigo. Because he was there saying that these two people that you fired last week are not with Diaz, and he's trying to prove it. And so Felicity leaves because of what's going on with him. Quentin talks to Oliver, but then Adrian Chase returns, but only in Oliver's mind. So he gets visions of Laurel, Renee, and Curtis, and Diana. Oliver is infected with vertigo. Obviously, I already said that. Felicity saves Oliver. Oliver goes back to his old mission, and that's completing things on his list, or trying to become the hero. And so he was infested with vertigo. So he was going crazy. He saw Adrian Chase. He saw Laurel. He saw all of his friends. And so he thought he had to do something with his life. And so he had to go back to the mission that's killing. And the reason I say Felicity saved Oliver is because he was about to go walk into a door with a lot of angry gunmen pointing one gun at that door. If he broke it down, he would have been killed. And so then Diaz says, screw it, go get him. And then he flies out of there with the grapple arrow. And so the quote of this episode is Adrian saying, "You're the one enemy you can't defeat." Okay, that's across the street, but yeah, alright guys, hope you guys liked this episode. If you guys did, please leave a big like down below. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Jewelry, and enemy. Because, oh wait, Kwasa was their enemy, but then, for some reason, however, in that timeline, she wasn't killed by the Darks and wasn't a part of the Darks. So, old bad guy, the one enemy. She was an enemy, but now she's not, so then they were handing the jewelry to Kwasa. Yeah, all connected. Peace.